चैप्टर नंबर 1, फंडामेंटल कीज ऑफ सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन। जो हमारे आत्म स्वयं के सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन, स्वयं अनुशासन के जो मौलिक कर्तव्य हैं, मौलिक चाबियां कह सकते हैं, मौलिक ट्रिक्स हैं, वो हम इसमें जानेंगे। वुड यू लाइक टू सक्सीड व्हेन डाइटिंग इंस्टेड ऑफ बीइंग येट अनदर पर्सन हु हैड फेल्ड? Would you like to become a successful businessman instead of a vulnerable entrepreneur? Would you like to become a world class performer instead of mediocre jack of all trades? It all starts with committing yourself to the process and having an unwavering belief with your plan is going to work out. Dieting is perfect example of how powerful commitment is. In a paper written by Raina R. Wing and Suzanne Fallon, the authors point out that despite a general perception that almost no one succeeds in long term maintenance of weight loss, research has shown that 20% of overweight individuals are successful at long term weight loss when defined as losing at least 10% of initial body weight and maintaining the loss for at least 1 year. They also cite the example of the member of the National Weight Control Registry who have lost an average of 73 pounds, 33 kg, and maintained the loss for more than 5 years. Their secret commitment. These individuals reported engaging in high levels of physical activity, on average at least 1 hour a day, eating a low calories diet, monitoring their weight, and maintaining a consistent eating pattern across weekdays and weekends. There was nothing magical about their diets. As the authors of the paper emphasize, after these individuals have successfully maintained their weight loss for 2 to 5 years, the chance of longer term success is greatly increased. What happens in those 2 to 5 years that makes the success more likely? It is the moment when you develop long term self discipline, which is the result of following your plan day in, day out. When I was 21, I was over 30 pounds overweight. When I finally realized I could not go on like that, I picked a diet that made sense to me. It was a slow carb diet by Tim Ferriss, and I stuck it to for several months. It was the first time I tried losing weight. I learned the guidelines and followed them to a T, including the mandatory cheat day at the end of every week. And mind, you took it seriously. You would not believe the amount of food I inhaled each cheat day and still lost weight every single week. Unlike the majority of first time dieters, I was successfully right away. I did not have to try 10 different diets. I achieved my goals in about 3 months. I never went back to my old physique again, just like the subject of the study. Maintaining healthy weight became easy once I changed my habits and stuck to them. Why didn't I need to try dozens of diets before finally losing weight? Because I understood that it did not matter which diet you follow as long as it is not a ridiculous single food diet. But whether you stick to it and believe in its effectiveness. From the weight loss point of view, the key is not the diet. The key is your ability to adhere to a specific diet and follow it until you achieve your intended outcome. I was also lucky to blindly believe my diet would work. I was not tempted to try any other diet. My certainty ensured I did not have to jump from one diet to another to achieve my goal. A crucial thing to underscore here is the belief that my diet would work. Would I have the discipline and determination to keep going? If I was not sure about the end goal, I doubt it. When you combine belief with commitment, you get the perfect mixture. This approach to dieting can be applied in every other area of life by understanding it is not what you do, but whether you do it consistently and with an unwavering belief until you reach your objective. I applied the same approach to self confidence, learning languages, sports, saving money, writing, and business. The most important principle, commitment, became a crucial source of my self discipline and my crucial source for achievements. However, commitment is not always easy. In fact, more often than not, we have to face doubt and obstacle more than a few times before we reach our goals. And that's why we need to learn how to deal with another adversity. Commitment's best frenemy, adversity. You don't need self discipline when things go smoothly. After all, what can tempt you to give up if you are winning? Few people give up dieting on the first day or stop their workout schedules in the middle of the first workout. It is only when things get more difficult, when you no longer have the initial motivation, that you lose discipline and determination. People who are capable of dealing with adversity are better prepared to win against their weak side and keep going despite the temptation to give up. And how do you become better at handling adversity? You introduce it in your life and befriend it. When you become more comfortable with unfavorable circumstances, you will be able to handle them better. The purpose of this book is to share with you habits and exercise to build your mental toughness and consequently the ability to flourish even when folk faced with adversity. Your self-discipline all Your self discipline will grow as a result of putting yourself in unfavorable situations and going past them. You will also become more determined and motivated because pushing through obstacles and reaching goals despite them will teach you the mindset of winner. Exercise boost your motivation with this simple trick. So there is an old adage: originating in the writing of 11th century Persian Sufi poets. They tell the story of a powerful king who asks wise men to create a ring that will lift his spirits when he is sad. The sages hang him a ring with the words, "This too will pass," attached on it. Abraham Lincoln incorporatedly the story in his address before the Wisconsin State Agricultural Society in Milwaukee on September 13, 1859. It is said an Eastern monarch once charged his wise men to invent him a sentence to be ever in view, and which should be true and appropriate in all times and situations. They presented him the words, "and this too shall pass away." How much it expresses, how how chastening in the hour of pride, how consoling in the depths of affliction. Each time you feel discouraged when trying any of the exercise or habits described in this book, use this simple trick to rely on your perspective. Whether you are facing adversity because you have put yourself against it voluntarily by focusing yourselves to wake up at 6 in the morning or due to unforeseeable circumstances, reminding yourself that everything eventually pas- passes is a powerful trick to aid you in enduring the discomfort. I use this trick regularly to keep myself centered. No matter what happens, I remind myself it is temporary and the tide always eventually changed it. It sounds simplistic, but it works. Just try it. How to build an unwavering belief in success. While you can never attain 100% certainty that you will achieve your goals, doubt is always there, even if never voiced. You can take some steps to become more confident in yourself and get more disciplined too. The trick is to watch what others have done to accomplish the same goal and imitate them. By following a proven plan, you will get rid of a lot of uncertainty coming from following a rarely traveled path. If there are hundreds or thousands of people who have followed a specific plan and achieved success, there is nothing standing in your way of achieving it. If your goal is to lose weight, follow a diet with lots of genuine before or after photos and stories. If you want to build a business, learn from experienced entrepreneurs who have helped hundreds of other new businessmen. If you want to acquire a certain difficult skill, learn it from someone who has a lot of experience teaching it, and ideally a lot of experience with learning in general, so share so she can better relate to your situation. The knowledge that you are learning from someone who has achieved the same goal will reduce your self doubt. After all, you will be traveling a proven path and not just wandering like a child lost in the woods. When you combine this belief with commitment and proper mindset, this too shall pass. You will have the basic tools to start building and iron, like resolve to keep going no matter the circumstances. All ideas shared in this book will help you in the long term. The goal is to boost your baseline self discipline and not just give you a momentary feeling of self control because you overcome one little temptation. With these fundamental keys in mind, let's move on to more specific exercises and habits you can introduce in your life to develop your own discipline. Please keep in mind the objective of these exercises is self discovery, helping you find out what works for you in terms of building self discipline and what does not. Fundamental keys of self discipline. Quick recap. Number one, the fundamental keys of self discipline are commitment, adhering to a specific plan until you achieve your goal, and belief that your long term plan is going to work out. Number two, you don't need self discipline when things go smoothly. It is only when plans go south you get tempted to give up. Consequently, you need to train yourself to handle adversity. The best way to become more capable of dealing with unfavorable circumstances is pur- purposefully put yourself in them, which is what this book is all about. Number three, whenever you feel that adversity is too much to handle, remind yourself that this too shall pass. Every challenge in life is temporary thing. You can handle more than you believe. If you remind yourself that things will soon get better. Number 4, you need an unwavering belief in your plan to make commitment easier. Ideally, follow proven advice coming from a credible person with lots of real world experience. For instance, when losing weight, pick a diet that has made thousands of people slim. In the case of building a business, follow an outline provided by a successful entrepreneur, ideally in the industry you would like to follow. When learning a new skill, follow the action plan laid out by an experienced teacher.